welcome back to the Sanctuary. I'm your one and only Sanctuary speaker, where I am guided to speak to beautiful souls just like you who are going through certain areas in your life. And maybe, and just maybe, you would like to experience this beautiful, cozy vibe within this corner of the universe. So you get the sense of the divine light and the guidance of this beautiful message of wisdom. I'm guided to speak a poem. I didn't type it. I'm just gonna go it and I'm gonna wing it. It's called, They Said I Lost the War. They said I lost the war when I have been transforming for this guiding flame to be risen in my life. They stated that I lost the war when I have been a product to be a child to the divine, but also to feel the seas of that darkness in the womb of my mother that I was birthed in this life. They said I lost the war. When I felt that darkness in those seas of light. They said I lost the war when I completely feel the flame of my guiding light. They said I lost the war. I have been fighting for this connection. Even in the darkness of those wombs of light, I have been fighting. Even before my creation was birthed, in this existence of life, I've been fighting. All my life, I had a fight. In this war, they said I lost the war. They said I lost the war when I've been connected with the divine within the womb of that darkness of seas. I had to see the light. I had to see the light within that blinding sight. Because when I was forming and transforming, and every growth of that movement within that connection of that divine womb, I've been fighting for that growth, to receive that light. I've been a product of both light and darkness. I've been birthed into darkness. So I had to cry for that light. And I was birthed into light because I had to cry for that darkness to protect me, for that connection, to be birthed into my life. I've been fighting. In every existence of my life, they said I lost the war when I bent the mission, and every existence of life I bent that mission To transform that darkness to light had been that mission. To understand that darkness. To speak for the darkness so they could receive that light. I've been fighting for that mission. They said I lost the war when I had to transform in that womb to understand the both sides of that dynamic, to be birthed in, to be chosen for this mission, to rise within that flame of light. To transform that darkness in both dynamics of families. To be that one standing for that light. I've been a product of a child of darkness. I have been a product of that child of light. I've been a product of both dynamics, of that war zone. I've been a product of those seas of darkness. I've been a product of those seas of light. I've been in both dynamics. So they could rise and risen to stand for who they are. And this gift of life, they said I lost the war. When I have been standing for this mission, for every existence of life, for that connection, to be risen, not only for my life, not only for my family, but for the generations of life. They said I lost the war. When I feel like I won the war, to stand for both dynamics. To stand as a child of darkness and also a child of light. I won the war because I've received the light to transform and to transmute that darkness, to receive the light. I won the war. I won the war because it has been in record in every moment of that darkness of light. I chosen to be connected to the divine light. I chosen to love and to cherish that connection that is within my flame of light. They have stated a false claim that I lost the war. But I won the war. For my ancestral line, I won the war. For the next generations of life, I won the war. To be a product of that darkness and also to be a product of that light. To use both forms. And an honor to be connected to that divine light. I haven't been a privileged one to state that I did not receive a lot of that light within those darkness of times. They said I was damaged goods. They stated I was a damaged goods. because I was birthed into that darkness of seas to be that guiding flame, to fight for that connection within that womb of life. They said I was damaged goods because I'm not privileged to state that I did not go through a lot of war zones. Yes, I've been through a lot of spiritual warfare. That was my mission, to go through that. That was my mission. To go through that darkness of times. That was my mission. To lay down the weapon. To receive that light. It was my mission to cry those sorrows of pain for my family to receive that light. It was my mission to fight within that womb and also to fight within this existence of life. I had to fight before my creation of time, and now I'm fighting so you can see my form in this war zone, that I have won the war. I have chosen this mission. I have chosen this mission in high regard for my ancestral line. I've chosen this mission to win this motherfucking war, not only for my life, not only for my family line, not only for the family of community of life, not only for the families of both dynamics of darkness, of light, but for that connection, of that promise, of the one that created me and every existence, for that mission of light, that mission of life. I have been gifted this life to win this motherfucking war. It's my mission. It's my mission to exude this light for everyone to feel it, the love of the divine. I've been a product of both darkness of light. I could say I'm both a child of darkness and a child of light. They say I'm damaged goods. They stated that I lost the war. But in records, I won this war. I have been winning this war in every existence of this mission of life. I have won the war. Because I feel the light, the flaming love of the divine to be the guiding light for my life. But also the beautiful souls that are here to hear this message of the divine. If you are a child of that darkness and also that child of light, if you have gone through those seas of life to receive this mission, right? To receive this mission, And this mission is not lightly. This mission has groomed me in moments in my life that I thought would be the end of me. That's some real shit. This mission has been the hardest mission. The hardest mission ever. But I would not change my story. I would not change my story. I wouldn't change anything. Because I know both dynamics are celebrating for me. I know the darkness is celebrating for me, and I know the light is celebrating for me. They have been beautiful souls that have fallen in that darkness, so they are celebrating for me. And there are beautiful souls that has been risen within that darkness to feel that light. And so they are celebrating for me. They're celebrating for my mission of light. The mission of my soul of being. They're both celebrating for me. They're both protecting me of my mission of light, my mission of life, my mission of transforming both dynamics of life to be celebrating together, finally, in this war zone of life. They don't want the darkness to reunite with the darkness. Let me say it again for the ones in the back. They don't want the darkness to reunite with the darkness. Meaning like the darkness that knows the light. They don't want the community of darkness that have been looked as damaged goods in this motherfucking life. Because the story that we sing is no loving story of life. They don't want us to reunite. To feel that light. And they don't want the light to reunite with the light. To exude that beautiful creation of life. They don't want both dynamics to reunite with each other. Of unity. They don't. Because they prefer everyone to be separated in this movement of life. So they said, I lost the war. when this message is given to all, given to all. And this is my life story. This is my life story that I choose to sing. One has chosen to speak against me to state that I lost the war. But I've been connected before my birth of this creation of this life. I've been connected for many of lifetimes of this mission of life. So I've been winning this war and plenty of lifetimes. This is my life story that I choose to sing. And that I choose to celebrate. Because plenty of moments I thought this mission was gonna be the end of me. But I've chosen to transform in every moment. That I had to cry those darkness of tears. To connect to that birthing of seas of life. And also cry for those tears of light. To feel that protection of that divine light. To feel that true protection of that I will succeed in this motherfucking mission of life. Can't nobody stop my movements because I have both dynamics working for me. I've chosen to be a light being birthed into the seas of darkness. To be a child of that darkness, to speak that light, and to be a child of that light, to speak to the darkness. I've been both seas of those dynamics. I've been a tool in this war zone for plenty of lifetimes. I've been a tool in this war zone. So I could finally state, I could celebrate and have a smile on my face. I could finally state that I love the connection of my story of life. I could finally state that I won this war. Not only because of the records of the soul mission, because I could finally state that I love my darkness and I love the light of me. I won the war within my solar being. to stand firm for both sides, to stand for the unity of life. It's the greatest honor of life. It's the greatest honor of life. And I promise the divine that I will continue my soul mission, because I could finally say I won this war for my life, for my family, for the next generations, for the unity of life, for both dynamics of life, but for the promise of the connection of the divine. I promised before being birthed in this life that I will continue the mission, even if it feels like it's the end of me. But I will have the strength and the love and the courage, the encouragement, celebration to transform in every given moment of this life, to stand to rise. Yeah. I have been blinded within that womb of connection to transform into that growth for this very moment of my life. I had that veil upon my eyes so I could truly see who I am destined to be in this given life. I chose to rise, and I chose to win this war. And so, my beautiful souls, never be afraid to shine your gift of life. Even if you have been a product of that war zone. Yeah, they can state that your life story could be seen of the chaos of that damaged goods, but you're truly not damaged goods, because you're still standing. You're still standing at this very moment. It's not easy to stand. It's not easy to have the courage and the force to have that strength within you to continue to rise. So if you are resonating with this message, continue this soul mission in your life. Even if they look at you like you lost the motherfucking war. But you did not lose the war, because you're continuing to stand. For your life. And that's the mission of the highest honor of life. To stand for your mission of life. To break these curses that has been rooted in the ancestral line. It's not no easy work. It's not an easy mission. It's not an easy mission. And so, I give you this moment of guidance and wisdom to continue. Even if everyone is stating like they lost, that you lost the war, because guess what? I just said that they lost the war. That's a reflection of that illusion, because they lost the war. But you did not lose the war because you're continuing to stand for that connection that you have within the divine. And that's the highest honor. That's the highest regard. And so, thank you for being here. Thank you for hearing my life story in this present moment of my life. It was not no easy work. And it's still not easy. It's still not easy. But I'm still gonna continue. Because I gave a promise to everyone. I gave a promise to the one that created me. I gave a promise to my family. And I'm also promising for the next generations. So I'm in promise to my soul mission. So continue that promise that you have for yourself. Even if it does not seem easy. It's a blessing to be connected with the divine and to transform. And so, yeah. Thank you for enjoying this moment in this cozy vibe of this universe, to hear this real message from a true soul warrior that has been gifted this mission, that has been gifted to be birthed in this darkness of seas, to be gifted to rise within that flame of light, to be gifted to see that transforming light of that guidance of wisdom. It's a blessing. It's a celebration of life. To exude who you are meant to be, and also meant to stand for who you are, but for everyone in this gifted life. Bye. Peace and love and light.